PS environment. Chairman. Global Evergreen. Global Evergreen. Tumpatie social distance.
Ai, sasa unafanya nini wewe? Unatoka wapi wewe?
Sheikh Muhammad, tunakutambua. Director wa NEMA, National Environmental Authority. Asan from Wanok, ambayo tunaita Bana Mamo Mamo. Hako hapa na sisi. So, kidogo boss. Kidogo.
Usinuke kama hivyo umekaa.
Alikuja pamoja na waziri wetu Mheshimiwa Tobiko.
After the governor, we have the chairman, and then everybody go.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Everything is good. Kijiko green, haya. Act now, restore nature. Very important message. And I think this is the best we can do for our semi-arid area. Ni kupanda miti. Haya. Tafadhali, make sure you don't leave. As the waziri is planting the tree, tafadhali, let us observe the social distance. Corona bado yuko hapa. Haijui kama ni environment day. Hatutaki tutangazwe, ati wewe ndio matangazo na waziri, mtai kazi. Ati wewe ndio makofi. Tafadhali bwana. Kwa senata wetu, the youth senator. Na wageni ambao wako hapa, waziri anaanza kupanda miti. Baada ya makofi tafadhali. Baada ya Allah. Bora tusikie sauti. Haya. No, but yes, it's important.
Maji, pateni maji. Pateni bana.
Acha, wacha hiyo sio kazi yako.
Kama. This is joint up.
Huyu jamaa madam.
So you pay them for collecting the...
Yes. We pay them per kilogram. So the students who are needy here are 10 months. The Garissa cow just visited as shredder.
Oh, they just share them? Okay.
So you are collecting.
So this is made of...
Thank you very much. Kuma sanai.
Haya, makofi tuwapigie. Tafadhali mkuje haraka. Bwana guest of honor, Mheshimiwa Waziri na Mheshimiwa Governor.
We are real victims of environmental degradation. We are victims of climate change. And that victimhood is reflected in our lives and livelihoods. As you are aware, we have been hosting refugees for the last 30 or so years, 31 years to be exact. And the impact on the environment of that hosting is very clear on our land, on our lives, and on our livelihoods. When the refugees came in 1991, we used to drill water in the Dadaab complex up to only 80 meters. 30 years later, today you can only get water whose quality is very poor at 320 meters. That is a disaster. One time we were hosting 600,000 refugees. Today there are 240,000, mainly Somali refugees. They did not give them any source of energy to cook their food. Instead, what they did, they gave contracts for people to go and cut trees and they gave the refugees firewood. What that has done is, for a radius of 250 kilometers, all the vegetation has been cleared. Other effects of climate change have produced persistent droughts almost on a yearly basis, which has led to the loss of our livelihood. As you are aware, as a pastoralist, 95% of our people draw their livelihood from nomadic pastoralism. Nomadic pastoralism as a way of life is disappearing. We have lost 75% to 80% of our stock to persistent drought and diseases, and today our people are destitute through the effect of climate change.
Today is a day on which we spread awareness about the environment and the importance of conserving nature. Moreover, it is essential to advocate for a greener environment, so that if we conserve the environment and participate in conserving the environment, if we do it today, we are providing a better future for the generation to come, to be able to lead a much more healthier and a much better life. On the occasion of the Environment Day, it is essential for all of us to realize that every little thing matters when it comes to saving the environment. No matter how small a deed you do to saving the environment, it truly goes a long way into making a difference. As we celebrate International Environment Day, and as we sensitize the public on the importance of preserving the environment, it is also important to talk about waste management and garbage disposal. I am sure our guests who have been here for a couple of days and the ones who have arrived today have been able to see the impact of plastic bags and plastic bottles that has had on our environment. it is essential to sensitize the public on the need to dispose waste properly, and also it is also important to sensitize them and educate them about segregating plastic. And I think we've been shown a very good example about the innovation that has taken place here in Garissa, and I'm sure and I've been informed that the public will be sensitized on how to segregate plastic.
The Kenya government has been implementing a comprehensive program to reimagine, recreate, restore the ecosystem. Let me highlight just a few of these measures we have implemented as part of this program, and these include: 1, establishment in 2012, the Kenya Water Towers Agency, which is represented here, to coordinate and oversee the protection, rehabilitation, conservation and sustainable management of our water towers in Kenya. Number 2, the restoration of ecosystem in Mau Forest, I think that has been mentioned, where we have planted 1.4 million trees. The Mau Forest is one of Kenya's major biodiversity ecosystem, a source of many rivers, and is critical in maintaining the ecological balance of the vast world-famous wildlife reserve Masai Mara and the Serengeti National Park. 3, adoption of an ambitious national tree planting effort to increase forest cover to at least 10% by 2022, and PS has mentioned about this. 4, ban single-use plastics to reduce land and ocean pollution, and a marine protection program with a focus on protection of mangroves. 5, adoption of clean energy policy. Clean energy currently accounts for about 90% of our total electricity supply in Kenya, and we intend to increase this to 100% by 2030.
A target of 42.5 million seedlings per county, and we have decided to support through public sector and private sector. In public sector, we are using schools with the water and land, and we have identified 1,400 schools. But the PS has to send a framework with our ministry to make sure that when we give, there is guarantee of survival, that we don't just waste. And number 2 also, that with the PS correctional services, we are going to support 160 prisons with free seed, and they will be able to produce seedlings. All those will now go to identified areas for that have been highly degraded. In private sector, we have also said we want private sector to support us. Women, youth, and anybody else who want to do nature-based enterprises where you want to do tree planting. Please, you can do a nursery and register your nursery with Kenya Forest Service, because there is an online platform, and we hope to succeed working with the National Treasury to set up a tree growing fund which will guarantee a market for you.